They're telepathic entities. Just like E.T., who they entertained at Roswell, gave them full debriefing telepathically. Well, we still communicate telepathically with all of these other entities. There was a race of highly evolved reptilians who matured and evolved on Earth and have since ascended. And they presently serve Hashem, God. And they are reptilian entities, maybe evolved dinosaurs, who knows? I don't think the dinosaurs were so 65 million years ago. They were probably a lot closer than that. But aside from that, an evolved reptilian race. They are referred to as, in the Sefer Yetzirah, they're referred to as the Teli, T-E-L-I. I write all about this. You go search this out. Sefer Yetzirah says that they rule in this universe like a king on his throne. They're the reptilians. We know who they are. And they know us. We know them by different names. The book of Daniel calls them the Irin, the Watchers. The book of Isaiah refers to them as the Seraphim. Now, the Seraphim are the ones who are in the palace of God saying, Kadosh, Kadosh, Kadosh. So they're pretty high up there in the order. But people say, oh, the word Seraphim, that means burning ones. And I feel like taking the head and giving somebody a whack on the side of the head, saying, that's what you get for not understanding Hebrew correctly. The Hebrew word for burning is soref. And if they were burning ones, then they would be called sorefim. But it's very clear from the book of Isaiah that they're not called that. They're called seraphim. And the word seraph, that's exactly what Moses was told by God to put on a staff back in the book of Numbers. Clearly a reptilian. These are reptilian entities. And they're the good guys. Skinwalker Ranch. I was invited to go out there. And in spite of the fact that it's private property, wink, wink, there is clearly, like the people, I think the Bigelow people, whoever they were, said that there is clear evidence of a intelligent, sentient, non-human being present there. When I received the invitation, I said the first thing I'm going to do is remote view. I'm going to actually project to the ranch. I'm going to seek out the entity and ask if I have permission from it to visit its home. I made such a projection a number of times, and I did contact that entity. And he gave me his name, but it's not for public dissemination. It's an old, what we would call earth spirit. Lives in a parallel dimension, but this is his home. And he doesn't like everybody come poking around and bothering him. But I asked if I could come. He welcomed me. He says, by all means. He understood and the energy signature of Kabbalah and Kedusha. And we communicated within that context. Long story short, I go out to the ranch. And you can actually see this in the TV program. Entities that exist around us, their natural indigenous form when we want to see them are these orbs, the balls of light. Don't touch it. You can't do that. It's very dangerous. But how do you talk to a ball of light? Ball of lights don't have mouths to talk. They project thought, imagery. And that's, of course, the language of the psychic world is imagery. It's not rational, intellectual. It's psychic, intuitive. Language of dreams.
I was just telling the guys that you were explaining to me how the Jewish faith looks a little differently at some of these strange phenomena than the Christian faith. So I don't get it wrong. Why don't you just explain that?
All right. Let's go back. A little bit of Bible study. The Bible makes mention of other indigenous races upon our earth. I'm not a scientist. I'm a clergyman. And I came to look at what is expressed here, not from a point of a scientific anomaly, But from a spiritual point of view, recognize that the Bible does speak of these entities. They exist in what religion will call a spiritual plane. I guess maybe in modern terminology, you might consider that a fourth dimension of space. You're the scientist, you'll discover that. What seems to be happening here is that there very well might be an indigenous earth spirit who has called this place home for as long as it has been alive. And the one thing that they find the most offensive is when human beings encroach upon their domain.
There are times on this property where you do get the sense of malevolence a little bit.
Now, Ariel has told me that the Hebrew rabbis know of a thing called tonal technologies. It's an acoustic technology that is believed to be able to open up the heavens or a pathway or a doorway, a portal, if you will.
We are going to create a sacred place and do the traditional prayers for the opening of the gates. We will specifically invite whatever is here, if it's willing, to communicate, to show some sign, because these entities are out there. I already sense it.
Holy right there.
What is that? What is that?
We got something, hold on. Right there.
Yeah, I see it.
Oh, yeah.
Where it was last time. Just went away. Dang it. Right under the sun, and it was right in that portion of the sky. While Ariel is talking to us about how he hopes that he can reach whatever the phenomena is here on the ranch, suddenly we notice to the west there's something glowing in the sky.
Well, it's been popping up in that same spot that it always pops up.
Did you see it? You saw it, right?
Oh, I saw it.
There it is again, it's back. Right there.
There it is again. Right there.
It's gone again. And it's in the same place every
spot.
time.
Yes.
This object that we're seeing, it shows up, it glints really brightly, and then disappears as if into a speck. It was pretty crazy.
The biggest factor here is the children. All right. There is no future for humanity, David, if we don't take care of the child trafficking, the adrenochrome, and their organ harvesting, which is why they saved Israel for last, because that's the number one place in the world for child organ harvesting is Israel. All right.
Well,
And-
you've seen these tunnels under synagogues and things like that, and they call us goyim, and it's totally acceptable for.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, we're apes. We're not even considered human to them. The fuck is wrong with these people? Well, anyway, that's going to be their downfall.
yeah, one of the tunnels they found in New York under the synagogues found kid-centric stuff, toys, and bloody mattresses.
Yeah, exactly. I know.
I mean, I'm sorry, I can't ignore that. I can't ignore what they're doing to Gaza. I'm sorry. This is, I have people that send me stuff all the time. You need to come out against the Jews. I'm not gonna. It's a certain faction. I'm not gonna say all Jews are bad. It's a certain faction within them that are controlling things. But people are really trying to get me to come out and say really bad stuff about, you become anti-Semitist or whatever to kind of. I kind of almost feel like they're egging me on to make a bad decision, make a bad move. But I still, I will definitely say it's genocide in Gaza, and I will say that these tunnels under synagogues that they have found with bloody mattresses and things like that. Sorry, they raise a lot of red flags for me.
Well, they also say that that children's meat is being put in our meat here in the United States, so that we're eating ourselves,
Oh my God,
our own.
I've
They
heard of
always say
this.
that shit. So, oh yeah, it's bad.
I've heard that.
Have you ever had Dr. Lee Merritt on your show?
I believe maybe a long time ago, maybe.
Okay. She's when we're done here, I'm going to send you her phone number.
Okay.
She's She's talking about who's controlling the Khazarian mafia.
Okay.
Because when we talk about Israel, that's who we're really talking about is the Khazarian mafia,
Right. Khazarian.
not the Hebrew people. You know, they're being fucked over just like everybody
Yeah,
else.
like anybody else.
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
China is from the CCP. Same thing.
Exactly. It's exactly right. You know, like we are from our government.
Right. Same
You
thing.
know? Yeah. And it's the same thing. It's just called something else, and it wears a different face. Oh,